Hello. My bad. Hello. Waiting on folks to pop in. Hello. Hope everyone's having a good night. Hope it's been a good day and all that jazz. And all that jazz. Mm. Hello. I see some hearts. We got some people in the chat. How are you? Let me go ahead and put my little things up, chat. Mm. Hello. If you're here, give it a. Oh, we got two folks in here. If you're here, show me some love. Throw me a heart. Let me know you in the room. What's up, sis? Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm number two. I'm gonna get it together one day. I promise. I'm gonna get the hang of this. I will get the hang of this. How was your day? For those of you popping in now, show me some love. If you haven't already, I would really, really be grateful if any of the past videos or the video today, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. It helps Auntie out for sure. We about to get ready to get started. I'm just waiting on a couple more folks to get in. Is Mama still here? Yeah, you. Is Mama still here? Your mother? Oh, okay. Make sure you tell Pudge I said what's up. I miss her. And your mom too. Tell her I said hello. I'm still waiting on more folks. Thank you, boo. It's just stuff too. We're gonna roll with it here real soon. Just you know how folks like to come in fashionably in their truth. Yeah, I love her down. I swear. Pudge just touched my heart in a very special way. That's that real auntie energy. That divine auntie energy. But yeah, it's gonna be real simple today, y'all. Yeah, oh, I forgot I can hit on this. Uh, Give me one second. Uh, she went back with her to try and see what they say. They told her they think, ah, that's good. That's good. That makes me happy. That makes me happy, beyond happy. Because that other thing is nothing to play with, honey. Well, yeah, I know. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get it started. And as folks trickle in, they'll trickle in. But yeah. Oh, one more person. Give me 1 second. All right. But yeah, wait, wait. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this party started. Might be a small group tonight, which is cool. I am a-okay with that. Um, but yeah, hey my loves. Welcome to the intuitive hour. Um, we don't have any newbies in right now, but when you do come in, welcome. And of course, if you've been here before, welcome back. Um, before we get into this, we're gonna do a little bit of breaths, do some breath work just to kind of get us grounded into this space. Okay. Oh, we're just gonna take some deep breaths in through our noses and out through our mouths and get grounded right here into this space, okay? 3 breaths. First breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Next one in through your nose, releasing the day out through your mouth. And the last one in through your nose, coming into this grounded space in through your nose. And releasing all that no longer serves out through the mouth. Most high divine source energy, I ask that you cover us with your utmost protection, and anything that means us any harm will not penetrate. Let us gather today, here in this moment, in this present moment, to receive whatever answers, energies necessary to overcome whatever it is we are going through in our daily lives. Alignment, ascension, Ashe. All right, so tonight it's gonna be, it literally is intentionally simple, okay? We're basically bridging from last week. Last week's reading didn't end when the live ended. Welcome in, welcome in. So last week's reading didn't really end when the live ended. So for many of you, it continued to build, okay? And this was like through conversations, realizations, emotions, moments of clarity you didn't expect, whatever the case may be. But everyone that I have chatted with or touched base with since last week's reading, it's really hit home and it really materialized as the week went on. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to take a moment and pause with that. But that's the main reason why tonight exists. I'm not really going to be pulling a whole bunch of cards and I'm not going to be rushing to so many different messages. I just want to honor what's already showed up. Okay. Now, I want to name the energy of this space before we open it up. So just know that this is a reflective space, not a fixing space. Okay. You don't need perfect words. I don't need a full backstory. Sharing is completely optional and listening is participation. Okay. So that's perfectly fine. Um, we're just going to be paying attention to some things and not the details. Okay. And hopefully that works for you. All right. So if you feel called to, sis, you can reflect on one of these in the chat if you would like. One is what showed up for you after last week's reading. Another option is did anything click or shift as the week unfolded? And then another option could be, what are you still sitting with? And then, of course, if you're just listening, which that matters too, you can just read from the comments. It's completely okay. But did anything show up for you this week after last week's reading? And while we're thinking on that, I'm going to kind of go over a couple of the insights from last week's reading. And if you weren't here last week, you're more than welcome to catch the replay. Um, it's marked the full moon in Leo live on my channel. And I will have it linked to this video um after it posts, of course. But anyway, so the first card that I noticed from last week's reading was, here, let me grab the deck real quick. But the whole time we were all just chatting it up, I noticed that this card was just sitting. And I'm super shocked that it kind of went unacknowledged. But this card was the card that was sitting up for all to see. Am I in my head or in my heart? And what this can mean, well, actually, we're just going to go right into it. And it's saying, what is the quality of your self-talk? Our brains is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of our own life. Where your head meets your heart is where miracles happen. So it's getting out of that ruckus of those thoughts that come in our head, that self-limiting belief talk that we say to ourselves, I can't, this ain't gonna happen for me. Why do I keep going through this? That's your head. That's being in your head. Getting to your heart is learning how to reframe that, to master your mind by reframing that from I can't to I can, to I'm not good enough to I am enough. Okay. There are other ways of mastering your mind too. And as the soul action on this card states, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit more so you can kind of see a little bit better. It says, today, master your mind. Watch an inspiring video. Do some tapping. And tapping is just when you lightly tap on your body, like your arms, the sides of your legs, going all the way down, back up. It's another exercise we do in yoga when, well, I can't speak for all yoga teachers, but some of us before class will tap on the torso, on the inner arm to wake up the body. So that's tapping. It says read, oh, that feels so good. Read an empowering book, or write out all the reasons why you believe in yourself and your dreams. When have we taken the time to really write out our dreams and the beliefs we have in ourselves? We can easily see someone we want to aspire to and be like, oh, I want to try to be better or da 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 da. But when do we actually take time to write out the reasons why we believe in ourselves and our dreams? Or have we even taken the time to write down what those dreams are? So, getting back to the question, what showed up for you? You know what? I'm going to make this very easy. Let's do this. These are the questions I have from last week's reading. Okay. What showed up for you after last week's reading? Did anything click or shift as the week unfolded? And what are you still sitting with? And this is completely optional. You do not have to share, but if you want to, please. The floor is open. This is an absolute safe space. And as I said before, this is just a reflective space, not a fixing space. We're going to be mindful of each other in this chat. We're not going to try to fix each other. We're just going to mindfully review, you know? But anyway, that was the first card that I noticed, this one right here. And then we had three cards that came up. One was the card of light, which symbolizes the sun in tarot. And it was all about prosperity and bliss. It was about new things, new ideas. It was about things coming to light, things that we've tried to bring to light. And that is basically our time to shine. It's time to illuminate. It's time to be that what we want to be. The second card was about partnerships and alliances. That card symbolizes a lot about getting the fruits of our labor, finally. It's also about trusting alliances or possibly removing alliances that don't align with you any longer and not being afraid of letting things go. And then having an open mind about all of the above. The third card we pulled last week was the Destiny card, which is the Wheel of Fortune. It's based upon the Wheel of Fortune of the tarot deck. And it was about having cycles of change. And what follows a cycle of change is success. What follows success is growth. And that success we were thinking about, or that it was pertaining to, wasn't outside material success. It was inner success. Like overcoming something finally trusting yourself. It was about getting the solutions to your problems versus just dwelling in them, and then letting go of old issues. And then the last card that we pulled from this deck right here was, Are you afraid to be seen? So that's just a quick little recap. And then, of course, like I said previously, if you want to see the whole video and how that all played out last week, you're more than welcome to click the replay. The Leo full moon, last week's tarot, intuitive live reading. But yeah, anyone want to throw some in that chat right now? Any questions, comments, or concerns? Any answers to the questions? I know for me, what showed up for me last week was not being afraid of letting go. Like it, oh, not being afraid of the new cycle of change that may be hitting my doorstep really soon. With, possibility of my mom moving here with me, and, letting go of an alliance that was not in alignment. These things happen swiftly. Um, and then also acknowledging prosperity and bliss in every moment. Prosperity and bliss is not aligned with material all the time, or money, or getting your way. It's aligned with seeing wonderful connections with the people around you. Wonderful. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And then you see, that's why that card really hit me. Like, when do we ever sit down and just write dreams and what we believe for ourselves? There's nothing wrong with that. That's really good. But yeah, so with that, um, the prosperity and bliss, like I was saying, this light is shining light on everything that I may have just like bypassed, not even acknowledging the prosperity and bliss in it. Like going outside and being able to have air in my lungs and seeing the sky and the trees and the grass. That's bliss. But we take it for granted sometimes because we just, we see it every day. So it's not really a big deal sometimes, but there's a lot of biological molecular things happening for that to happen on a daily basis. And so sometimes, I take the saying, stop to smell the roses. It's actually a really beautiful thing. Um, and then what else? Things that are coming to light for us. What came up for me was keep going. This is just a minor detour in this thing called life. Keep going. That's what's been coming up for light to light for me. I have literally been working on a blog and a newsletter for weeks on end because I learned some new methods on how to perpetuate this better. And it was a learning curve, and it took me kind of 8 days to do. But hey, I did it. Prosperity and bliss, new birth, things coming to light, time to shine. Okay. So I am grabbing the deck. If anything else comes up for you as you're watching this, please drop it in the comment. Um, and the one thing I can also say, like the one thing I'm noticing when I've read your words just now too, is that there's a shared thread here. The shared thread of actively working on some goal. You see that shared thread already? And some clarity behind that. And I appreciate you, sis. And then that also like kind of solidifies for me that last week's message wasn't about doing more. It was about the awareness finally settling in. And it was a full moon. So we don't have a lot of energy from the moon right now as the moon dwindles down back into a new moon. It's less energy. So awareness is enough sometimes. But once we get that pull to put in more action, go for it. And sometimes the work, all in all, is just letting the message land. All right, so let's get into this card pull. Enough of me yapping. I'm gonna pull one card. All right. And this is not necessarily to predict anything, but this is just to understand what's integrating right now, if that makes sense. This is what's kind of gonna tie it all together. Um, This card is going to be asking us to acknowledge what's already been revealed and trust the process unfolding, okay? So once again, this card is asking us. I'm an ax kind of asker, but asking us to acknowledge what's already been revealed this week from the cards and trust the process unfolding, okay? Mm. Whoa. Well, that fell out. And this is actually, I prefer a little challenge. It says mental conflict. I'm sorry. Ew, get on there right. My lighting. I will do better, y'all. I promise. One step at a time. But we got mental conflict popping up right here, okay? I'm gonna let that set in for a second. I'm gonna let that set in for a second. And it's so funny because this kind of borders along the same um so what I take from this card is don't get caught up in self-doubt and indecisiveness, okay? Know that you are absolutely capable of making a decision and taking action. It's just sometimes the self-doubt and the indecisiveness can come from fear of what it's going to look like. And sometimes we have to get into a position where we allow ourselves the opportunity to just be and not do. Like, just be. Make the decision, tap in with spirit, and see what your next steps are. It doesn't have to be done perfectly, it doesn't have to happen automatically. Sometimes we have to just flow with it. When mental conflict comes up, it reminds me that I have the strength and the power for anything necessary to happen to make these things occur in my life to create my reality. It's all possible, but sometimes I have to get out of my head and I have to just finally make a choice. And don't worry about where the choice takes me, just make it. Just take the first step, take the first leap, and just see where it lands. And know that we don't have to get it perfect. We don't have to get it perfect. I just told a friend right before this chat, this is Earth School. We're having a human experience, not a perfect experience. And all the lessons, y'all probably heard me say this more than once, all the lessons we gain are from, a lot of the lessons come from the mistakes. So don't be afraid to mess up. Don't be afraid to not get it right. Just do it. And then remember, there's always mental counsel out there. There's always someone out there who's either gone through it before you. I don't know, a possible YouTuber or a possible Skillshare or a course or something out there for you to tap into to learn how to do it better. But tap into all of that. Don't let this get in the way. That's just your body's natural response to fear. And that's okay. But don't let it stop you. Take the leap. Take the leap. Do what's necessary for you to grow. Don't be afraid of making the choices. Just make a choice and see what happens. Any questions out there? If this is resonating, let me know. And if it's not, that's fine too. All right. Oh, that fell out. All right. Please forgive my light, y'all. I will do better. I promise. Because I'm looking at it and I'm like, my goodness. We will get it better. All right. So take this away with you. What if it's possible? Isn't it funny? This fell out the deck. This had nothing to do with me. The issue of us moving forward is our own mental conflict. But this should not stop us. Why? Because we just got clarification right here. What if it's possible that I am not my thoughts? I choose to hear my thoughts without needing to believe them. And that's usually that first thought that's backed by fear or anxiety. Well, this is possible, but yeah, that's what that is. You ignore those and you just keep going. Welcome in. All right. Any questions for me? Do I need to roll some dice? Does someone need me to pull a card? Anytime, sis. Anytime. I needed to hear it too. This fell out too. I was just shuffling for the heck of it. This one right here says, what if it's possible I am guided, protected, and loved? I choose to remember that I am never alone. And we're not, guys. Does anybody want me to roll dice, pull another card, have any questions or comments? Okay. Well, I can take that as I think we got the message for this evening and maybe time to move on. Well, I appreciate your attendance. Oh, look, there go Chris. Chris, I have no time for you. Of course. Here you go. All right, Christopher. Oh, you got a Mars popping up already. Goodness gracious. And it's your first house. Mm, 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 mm. It's not bad. I just want to be extra. I just got to be extra. That's just how I roll. Um, but yeah, so you got your situation itself is in Mars, and Mars is it's the action planet. Um, it's the action planet. It's about action, drive, energy, and conflict. Okay. So right now I'm in the damn gym chat. I missed that one. I'll go next time if it's time. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you covered, boo. Um, but yeah, this is action, drive, conflict. The situation itself is there's some conflict going on with you right now. Some things that may require you to take some action, and there's a possibility that you don't know which way to kind of slide with it. Now, the emotional side of the dice is sitting in Gemini, which is very interesting because Gemini is the sign or the energy of Gemini is like a quick-witted, versatile communicator. It's driven by curiosity, strength, adaptability, and then it can also show up as being somewhat inconsistent. So the emotional side of the dice is it's like you're wanting to make the right decisions. You're wanting to guide through whatever situation is going on for you. However, um, things might just seem a little inconsistent for you and it's throwing you off a little bit. And that's okay because the area of life that it's pertaining to right now is your first impressions. This is the first house. This is the house of appearances, first impressions, and identity. So there's some action that's required of you right now, but you kind of just don't know which way to sway, and it's kind of throwing you off a little bit. And where that's showing up for you in your area of life is first impressions or appearances, okay? Um, how things seem to be, and you don't really know which way to go or how to trust it. It's really interesting though. Gemini energy also allows you to take time to see both sides of it. So you're not necessarily acting out emotionally. You're actually trying to take time to see it from each side, which is really good, Chris. That's really good. Take your time with that. See both sides, but let's not be impulsive like the Mars energy. Let's try and think it through, figure out the best steps, and do the research. Gemini energy is about communication. Communicate what you need, communicate it. Find your best way out. Don't just impulsively pounce on whatever it may be or may not be. Get some counsel. Work your way through that. And where did my deck go? Oh, over here. Sorry about that. All right, Chris, let's see what your card is going to solidify. Girl, look at that. It says right here. Oh, oh, get your butt on there. Okay. Now it's saying, what if it's possible that the universe is conspiring for your success? That means it is in a gathering for your success. It is coming together only for your success. Choose to welcome divine help and synchronicity. This is the second time this has happened. The dice said it, and the cards are saying it right after. This is not coming from nowhere. This is coming from divine source energy, for sure. All right, Yoni, you wanted them dice rolled too? I'm gonna get you set up. Oh, all right. Oh, that's some Aquarius energy popping up. No, don't do that. Yoni, it ain't bad. Uh, girl, this is actually right on point. So the situation itself, it's the planet Uranus. It's what's showing up, and Uranus is all about expansion of what you already know. It's about an innovative course of action. The thing you dropped in the chat already was that you had been procrastinating. Girl, this is something you already know. Get on board, do what you're supposed to do, and quit playing with it. Quit playing with it. The emotional side of it is laying in Aquarius. And the cool thing about Aquarius energy is it can come across a little aloof or contemplative. Um, you can either be a little bit too overly empathetic to the situation or responding completely apathetically. So basically, what that means is you could be having too much emotional connection with the thing that you're trying to make happen, or you can get irritated and be like, F it altogether. You got to find your balance with that. Um, and then the Aquarius energy, the emotional side of this reading is what this is talking about. It's basically telling you the things that make you uncomfortable, go for it. Go for it. Now it's showing up in your fifth house. This is your area of life. And the thing that pops up about the fifth house, because it's so much, each house, like I've told y'all before, it has so many meanings. But the fifth house is the house of pleasure. So it's the house of creativity, romance, children, and fun. Are you having some fun with the ideas that you're trying to accumulate to become your reality? Are you taking time to be creative with it and make it fun instead of just work? Or that may help aid in it to be less uncomfortable. Um, it also can have a lot to do with feminine cycles. Uh, the feminine cycle follows the moon cycle, literally. I'm not saying all feminine cycles do, but it's closely in relation. So right now we're in the dark part of the moon, like I already said. This is more about being grateful and purging and releasing and removing everything that's in the way now. So when that new moon comes into effect, baby, plant those seeds. Baby, follow through. Let's see what your cards say. Well, it ain't come yet. Oh, this one keeps sticking. So let's see what it say. Oh, girl, I ain't got time. What if it's possible that I am loved beyond my wildest dreams? I choose to receive with joy and abundance. What if it's possible that you are loved beyond your wildest dreams? Girl, this is just saying it over and over again. Choose to receive with joy and abundance. And how do we initiate joy? Fun, creativity. Get into it, girl. Go get what's yours. It's out there. Is there anybody else on the line that would like me to throw some dice for you and pull a card? Anytime, sis. Anytime. Well, wow. I think there are two other people on the line. While you decide, I'm gonna roll one for myself. Mm, ain't no, yeah, no, that's a nine, not a six. Okay. Yowza bowser. Oh, why that Aries had to pop up like that though? That's how I be doing. All right, so Neptune is my situation itself. Which is funny. Of course, it would be Neptune. Neptune is like the planet that's all about like dreams, intuition, and spirituality. I mean, it's just right on point. And so the situation itself is depicting that it's probably time for me to start really trusting and tapping into that part of myself because it's naturally who I am every day. So why, yeah. Anyway, trusting it it's just a part of the game. Like that's all I can do. That's all I know to do. And then on top of that, the emotional side of it is in Aries. So literally the same advice that I just gave my sister, quick reactions can be stubborn sometimes, releasing what no longer serves me. Like those are the things that I have that is detrimental to me being better. Meaning slow down on the quick reactions, take time to breathe before reacting. Mentors have mentors. I hope. Anyway, I know this mentor has a mentor. And my mentor, that's one of the things she always telling me. Breathe. Relax. And then the biggest thing is releasing what no longer serves. And for me, the biggest thing is the fear, releasing the fear, releasing the not knowing what's coming ahead. Release that. So what? Be like water, guys. We should just flow. It doesn't matter. We're having a human experience. And I must say, even in the time of what it is right now, it has been a beautiful experience. And then my last dice was the ninth house. Huh? Oh God, that's crazy. So, oh my God, ninth house, y'all. So the ninth house is the house of expansion, okay? It's about higher education, it's about travel, it's about philosophy, and a lot of that is about to take place. Like my mother's moving here. I still be having this feeling inside of me that I may be moving again. I don't know how soon or how frequent, if it's in the future, if it's the near future, I don't know. I just know that's what's coming up for me intuitively. But I think it has a lot to do with mom coming here, and that's a new expedition because I'm not going to get too personal on the live chat. If you want to hear all of this, you have to join the Intuitive Hour group. However, there are some health concerns, and I just have to be there for my mom right now. So, with that, it's gonna be an expedition. And the one thing that my mom tells me all the time that she wants to do more than life itself right now is travel and see the world. And I think that door may be opening up. Um, and yeah, it's right on point to me. So let's see what my cards say. Whoa, it fell right out. Dang. So it don't just be screaming at y'all, it be screaming at me too. Dang. Okay. What if it's possible that I am okay just as I am? I choose to relax in this moment and breathe. What did I just tell y'all that my mentor be telling me to do all the time? Breathe. And the cards just told me to do it again. Hallelujah. Anyway, y'all, I'm tripping. All right. Anybody else? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and do the closing for this evening and know that I appreciate everyone's attendance tonight. It was such a good time, very eye-opening, learned a lot. I love this. I love having a moment in time where the collective can come together and talk about something other than what's wrong and get to what how we change that and that we're all supported regardless. Like it's just refreshing to be a part of that energy. Um, but yeah. All right. So closing out. As we close tonight, I want to leave you with this, okay? You don't need to rush clarity. You don't need to perform healing. And you don't need to explain your process to anyone. Just let the message keep unfolding, okay? I had to take a breath on that. I needed that too. All right. So, once again, I want to thank everyone for sharing, for listening, and thank you for trusting this space once again. Um, if you're watching the replay, or if you decide to watch the replay, rather, feel free to share your reflections in the comments. I do read them, okay? Know that donations are never expected, but are always appreciated. Sister is growing a brand, and all the support necessary, I welcome with the utmost gratitude. It's pinned in the chat. I have a Cash App, the 11th Path, and my Venmo is also at the 11th Path. It's all the same. And please know that nobody ain't told you this today, honey. I love you. You are beautiful. You are glowing. And you can create whatever reality you choose to create. Much love, everybody. And this has been the Intuitive Hour. Have a wonderful evening. I'll catch y'all next week. And follow my socials, Instagram at the 11th Path, and right here at YouTube at the 11th Path. You will be getting all of my little snippet replays as we move forward. Y'all be sure to have a wonderful, wonderful evening and much love. Love y'all. Peace out.